Welcome to MARC Matters, a monthly series for people with developmental disabilities. Today, as my guest, is Kevin Zingler from MARC of Manchester. How are you, MARC? Kevin?
Good, Tom. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm saying MARC.
It's all right. We get that all the time at the office. You know how many times I've been called Mark?
I'm sorry to call you MARC.
That's all right.
Will you please describe your position at MARC?
Sure. I'm the Director of Marketing at MARC, and what that means is basically we do the fundraising. We do any of the public relations work, any of the communications to our membership, website design, that type of stuff to inform our members, to inform families, to inform people we support about MARC and its services, and educating the community about the types of services we provide to people with disabilities.
Fundraising is a big part of what your department does each year. What are some fundraisers you usually do?
Well, we actually, this year we've included one additional fundraiser. Typically we have the major fundraiser of the year, which is our golf tournament. And that's held in August, and it's actually August 21st this year at Manchester Country Club. So if anyone's watching and wants to play, please give us a call at the office, 646-5718. We do have a couple open slots. We're also looking for sponsorship opportunities. So if you own a business, it's a great opportunity to get your name out, get the recognition for the good work that your company does in the community in terms of helping people with disabilities. That's our major fundraiser of the year. This year we've actually branched out into a bike run too, a poker run, which is going to be held August 9th at starting at East Hartford, Jengris, Harley-Davidson, and going up through Connecticut, winding through the hills and valleys up to Stafford Springs up at Sun Valley. It's going to end with a big barbecue and a cookout. It's the first time we're doing this type of a fundraiser, and we're excited about doing it because we think that it's another great event that can bring the community together to help support the great work that MARC does in the community to help people with disabilities live, work, and enjoy their community. So we're anxious about that one, and that's coming up in August. So if you're a biker or you know friends or family that are bikers, we'd be looking for people to show up at Jengris Harley Davidson in East Hartford on that Saturday the 9th and at 10 a.m. and kick it off and help us raise some money and have a good time to help people with disabilities. We also do a lot of little fundraisers throughout the year. We do it for a couple reasons, and I'll get a little bit more about that further. But really, we do it to bring the community together, create awareness about MARC, raise some funds for MARC, and to have a good time. And we do a lot of restaurant grand openings. Those are very popular. I mean, everyone's got to eat somewhere in town. So it's a way that we can help out the local business community who helps us out so many times throughout the year by giving some business back to them, raising some money for the agency, and also providing an enjoyable night for our membership and our supporters of the agency.
If MARC receives funding through DDS grants as well as some other sources, why do you have to fundraise?
Well, most importantly, we do it to bring the community together, to always keep our organization out in the front of the community, to always make people aware that we're actively seeking for volunteers and other funding sources and other opportunities for people with disabilities in terms of jobs and employment in the community. So we're always trying to do these fundraisers to keep MARC out in front and center of people's minds in the community and how they can support us. We also do it to bring people together to have some fun. It's all not work. We do have some fun time during these fundraisers. We have special guests that sometimes appear at the fundraisers and show up. We also have just a great time bringing the community together to raise funds for MARC. So we do it for that. It brings our staff together. Being a large organization here in town, we do it to bring our staff together because some of our staff are part-time and some of our staff are full-time. We have a large part-time staff because of our residential services, as you may know. And it gives an opportunity to really connect with the other staff and socialize and bring up some friendships and really bring people together to rally around MARC and the cause and helping people with disabilities live, work, and enjoy their community. So that's really why one of the most important parts. We do some of these smaller fundraisers throughout the years. The larger fundraisers we do to fundraise and bring in money, additional revenue for the agency. We fundraise over $1 million every year. And that's on various grant sources, fundraisers such as the golf tournament, the bike run, the restaurant openings. But we do it to always constantly be out in the community and to create awareness about MARC and the good things that MARC does in the community. What we do with the funds is we use those funds to help offset some of the costs. Just like anything else, the dollars doesn't buy as much as it used to. And those are the types of funds that we use to supplement those types of services that need help, like our respite services, for example, where we allow people with disabilities to basically who are homebound with their families go out in the community and enjoy a night out with staff. And that costs money. It costs money for the staff to go buy the tickets. It costs money for the gas in the cars to go and pick up the individual and take them out. It costs a lot of money to do those things. We do get some funding, as you noted, from DDS, but a lot of times that funding does not cover all those true expenses or those extras that we like to do for our people to make it a unique service. So that's really why we use this fundraising methods to supplement the grant sources we get from the state.
In general, what is your yearly goal for raising money?
Well, typically we raise about $1 million every year through grants and through fundraising. So that's pretty much our yearly goal. It really becomes a need-by-case basis on how those funds are allocated. For example, we have the picnic coming up this July. We'll be at Northwest Park. That's one of these items that these funds will be used to spend for the food, the DJ, the pavilion rental itself. I mean, those types of expenses that, it's a good community event for our organization and for the community to attend. And that's why we do this fundraising, to supplement some of these extra costs and some of these extra events that we like to do for the community and for the people we support. So that's pretty much 10% of that money is fundraised directly from direct public support through the golf tournament, through the restaurants, through the bike run, and any other type of events that we do throughout the year. We're always doing constant fundraising. No fundraiser is too big or too small for us to handle at MARC for the reasons I stated earlier, to bring the community together. And it also brings in additional revenue for our services.
So, in other words, do you, if a restaurant asks you to help them fundraise, MARC will help? Yep.
Well, for example, we're going to be doing one with the Roccos here in town. We did one last year when they opened up, and it's a good night for us to bring the community out to support our cause and MARC Inc. of Manchester and supporting people with disabilities. And it also provides a night of entertainment for the individuals who attend. So they get something in return. They get to socialize, they get to have a nice meal. The restaurant gets good publicity on it, we get good publicity on it, and we raise some money for MARC. So it's a win for everyone that's involved.
Is this open to the community or just to MARC?
No, it's open to everyone. For example, the Roccos ones and all of our fundraisers are open to the entire community. Anyone's welcome to attend. It's just a great event to come out and support, and everyone, like I said before, everyone's got to have dinner somewhere that night.
Yes.
And why not have dinner when you know a percentage of your dinner is going to go back to helping a local nonprofit organization in your community provide supports to people with disabilities to live, work, and enjoy their community. I mean, with this money, we know that people live in apartments in town. We know that people have jobs at the various businesses in town. Without MARC, those opportunities would not be existent to individuals, and they would be homebound or they would be institutionalized. So that's really what MARC is about, is getting people out into the community, getting people integrated into the community to live and enjoy the community just like you and I.
There are some new interest fundraisers that MARC is currently organizing, such as MARC First Annual Ride for Independence Poker Run. Can you describe the events for us?
Sure. The poker run is a traditional bike run, but we have a couple twists on it. We never do anything like anyone else in the community. We always put our own twist on our events and fundraisers to make it more exciting and fun. We're actually allowing cars to participate in this run. Basically what it is it's a group of individuals, bikers or cars, automobiles would meet at Gengras Harley Davidson in East Hartford, and they would basically go from that spot to 3 other additional spots that are going to be secretive at this point. We're not going to release those names of those stops, and collect poker cards. And the individual or the group that has the best poker hand at the end of the run, when we end up at Sun Valley Resort, is going to be awarded 3 different prizes. One of the prizes is going to be a $250 gift card to Gengras Harley Davidson, and the other prizes are from other businesses in town and the surrounding areas. Could be oil changes for bikes. It could be a whole host of different services and goods that the biker community would like and enjoy. And we are also inviting cars because we realize that not everyone owns a bike. For example, myself or even Regina, who's organized it, we don't own bikes. But we're doing this, and so we came up with the idea to let cars involved too, so that everyone can participate. So it's going to be fun and interesting. And like I said, we have a total of 5 stops. East Hartford, Gengras Harley Davidson is the first stop, and Sun Valley, our Sunrise Resort in Stafford Springs, is the last stop. And that's all I can tell you right now, Tom, because I got to keep it a secret. I've been sworn to secrecy on that one. But we do have 3 other stops, and we'll have a raffle, and we'll have prizes, and we'll have a big barbecue cookout, hamburgers, hot dogs at the Sun Valley Resort. One of the other things that's very interesting, and this is a credit to Ricky, who's the assistant marketing director, in negotiating the Sun Valley Resort, we actually got access to the swimming area, which is something unheard of up there when they have bike runs. They do bike runs all the time, but we're one of the few, if not the only one, that's going to be allowed to use the swimming area. So people can bring their bathing suits too. And if it's a nice hot day, which we hope, people can go swimming. They can have, we'll have a raffle, we'll have entertainment. We're going to have a live band there that day. So it's going to be a nice, just Saturday afternoon, hang out at the resort and raise hopefully a lot of money for MARC to help fund its services.
So this is going to be the first poker run.
This is the first poker run. Yep, it's the first poker run, and they've been highly successful for other organizations. We're not the first to do it, but we think that it'll be a very successful event, and we're looking to get it going and have it become an annual event if it works out as planned.
What's a MARC's marketplace?
MARC's Marketplace is that we have an online shopping mall. If you go to MARC's website at www.marcct.org, you can go online, and there's a link there in the left-hand corner that will take you to our online shopping mall. And what this is basically a portal to an online virtual mall where individuals can shop at their favorite stores. Whole host of stores up there. I don't want to name names because I may forget a few. There's literally hundreds and thousands of stores on this site. And there are all stores that you and I would go to traditionally, or even shop online. If we go to one of the stores like bestbuy.com, quote unquote. If you go through our portal, when you purchase something that you would normally purchase through the company's website, a percentage goes back to our organization as a donation. And the percentages range from 0.5% all the way up to 5%, to even some dollar amounts, straight dollar amounts like $10 or $5 every purchase, depending on what the store is and what the items you purchase. So, if you need to send flowers to mom across the country, and you traditionally call up a certain store in California, and they have an online website, and you traditionally do that, go to our MARC portal, our online marketplace first. If that company is listed there, if you purchase the same item through that company, through our portal, a percentage comes back to your local community and through a donation to MARC. So it's a really fun and unique way to purchase goods and services while helping out your local nonprofit organizations such as MARC in the community.
Give me an idea.
There you go. When you do all your Christmas shopping.
Do you have any other fundraisers planned?
Well, we actually just finished up with the Travelers Championship. We did the Birdies for Charity. We also sold Travelers Championship tickets. That was during the month of June. That was a fun event. Birdies for Charity, it's just a great program that the Travelers Championship puts on through the Greater Hartford JCs. So that was a win for us and a win for them. We also did several events earlier in the year. We did Corey's Ketchup and Mustard with a grand opening on Main Street in Manchester. They actually donated a percentage of their opening day to us, and we raised a lot of money for our organization. And they actually want to do another event with us down the road, maybe an annual event, just like Rocco's is doing with us. We also had Wolfpack Night with the Hartford Wolfpack, where we had a lot of our members go up there and fill up a section and have some fun. We have the golf tournament coming up. We have a couple different restaurant fundraisers coming up, like Rocco's, and there are several other restaurants that are opening in the near future that we're in talks with to see if they want to do a fundraiser with us. So we do a lot of things. We also have our annual Lyman Orchards pie sale that happens in November, just before the holidays. So we get the Lyman Orchards apple pie and the blueberry pies and the pumpkin pies for the holidays. Yeah, you're getting hungry, huh? So we they help us out. So it's a wonderful fundraisers that we do throughout the year. Our major one is the golf tournament, of course. So
The one pie you didn't mention is lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue, I think they do that one too.
It sounds like MARC has really picked up the fundraising effort. Why is that?
Well, we're always fundraising. We fundraise 365 days a year, 7 days a week, all right? We are always constantly looking for new fundraisers because we realize that the money is used to offset costs for individuals that we support. There are unexpected emergencies, just like anyone else, that people get short with some money and they need a little financial assistance. We're there to help them as an organization do that. We also like to do some of these special events like the picnic and the Halloween dance and all these other dances we do. That costs money. These aren't free events. They're free events to the public, but they cost us as an organization some money to put on. So that's why we're constantly fundraising. One of the real reasons that we've really picked up this year our fundraising efforts is, as you probably have read in the paper, we are in the process of purchasing a piece of property on Sheldon Road for a new building. And we have a building committee that the board of directors has put together for MARC. And we also have a public relations committee that has been put together, which I know you're going to be talking about in a couple moments. That was really to start thinking about how we're going to raise basically $4.5 million to get this project going. And the more times that we have fundraisers, the closer we get to that goal. The fundraisers also help us in terms of organization, rally the community together to create awareness about MARC and to maybe have people consider making additional donations to our organization. So that's really why we stepped up our fundraising and our presence in the community. We've always had a great presence in the community, but we we're really taking it to the next level because we realize that $5 million or $4.5 million is a lot of money to raise in a short amount of time to get this building up and running. As you know, being at MARC, we're bursting at the seams. We have so many different space needs at the organization that we can't accommodate everyone. And there's a great need for our services in the community. So the bigger building will allow us to provide more services to people and their families in the community.
How often do you fundraise?
We fundraise constantly. We have never, that I can recall, ever turned down a fundraiser. We do have some criteria that we use when selecting fundraisers, but for the most part, if a community member has an idea or a business has an idea about a fundraiser, they're doing an anniversary, they're opening up their new store, their restaurant, and they want to help out a local nonprofit in the process, give us a call. We have open ears and we're always open-minded to the fundraisers that we do for MARC. We realize that as much as we take from the community, we need to give back to the community. And one way of doing that is by doing these fundraisers in partnership with businesses, because we realize that we can help them get new customers, help them create awareness about their company or their store, and hopefully help them out in the process of their opening or their celebration of their milestone.
That's good. What's the purpose of MARC's Public Relations Committee that are recently formed?
Well, one of the things about this committee, there are 20 business leaders in the community that are on this committee. Okay, and that's just a tribute to the success and the long-standing history that the MARC has had with the town and the community, and the greater community area, I should say, the greater Hartford area, because some of these leaders reside in different towns, Ellington and Stafford and Vernon and Bolton and Glastonbury. I mean, they come from all over, because it's a tribute to what MARC does for the greater Hartford community and helping people with disabilities. So what they really do is they come together, and the purpose is to have them brainstorm, focus in on fundraisers that they have maybe attended through other organizations, in-state, out-of-state, to really be our eyes and ears in the community, to give us feedback about trends of fundraisers and how we should be marketing our organization, how we should be doing things differently in the community, to provide us with that feedback, and also to help us out with some of these events. We've had a whole list of different fundraising ideas that have been generated from this committee, and we're going to be exploring each of those ideas to see if they're valuable and if they can be a viable fundraiser for the organization. So that's really one of the main purposes of this public relations committee. The other is to have fun, is to bring them together, to get other businesses involved, to branch out. Everyone knows different people in the community. You know people that I don't know in the community. And, if we can reach out and get people like you on that committee, if we're having a golf tournament, well, maybe you know that your uncle golfs or that your friend down the street golfs, and, geez, I'll walk down the street and give them a flyer, or I'll mail a flyer out to them, or I'll give them a call on the phone and say, MARC's having a golf tournament, MARC's having a ride for independence. I know that you ride a Harley Davidson. I see you on the weekends. You go to these different events. Why don't you come over and try out the MARC Ride for Independence this year and see how you like it? So that's really why we're branching out into this public relations committee into the community, is to get more and more people involved in our organization and hopefully get that word going that MARC is building a new building. It's going to help a lot of people, and we need a lot of help to raise that money.
Now he got me interested in this.
See? I'm going to get you on a Harley Davidson sooner or later.
If people want help MARC but cannot attend the event, what are the different ways that they can donate?
Sure, there's several ways. First off, we'd love to have them stop by the agency and say hi, and drop off a check that way, or a monetary donation. We always love to see people in person. That way we can thank them personally. The second way is they can go online and make an online donation. One of the great things that we've done is we partnered with Google Checkout. Everyone's heard of Google, just like Yahoo. Google has actually stepped up to the plate and helped us out by providing our online transactions safely and securely through their systems. And every donation is going to be, there is no transaction fees charged to MARC. When people use their credit cards, they give us $10, MARC gets $10. Google doesn't take a percentage of it like some of the other transaction companies. They can also attend some of our events. We're always looking for volunteers. One of the things that you can do is give us a call at 646-5718. We always need help at the events, parking lot duty, cleanup duty, taking photos, taking video. We always need help with our events and helping set up, clean up, that type of stuff. So if you want to volunteer some time, you can give us a call at 646-5718. We welcome volunteers all the time to help us out. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to get involved in our fundraisers. And as you know, the fundraisers just go right back into providing services for people with disabilities, which is our main goal at MARC, is just to help improve the quality of life for everyone that we support, to live, work, and enjoy their community. And it's just great being part of an organization where you see every single day people with disabilities achieving their goals and dreams. I mean, that's the best part of my job and the best part of fundraising at MARC is we get to do those things to make sure that that happens.
Do you have anything else you would like to say before we wrap up?
Well, I know you got to wrap up quickly, but I just wanted to say thank you for having me on your show. You do a wonderful service for everyone at MARC, and everything you do helps us fundraise and help improve the quality of life for people with disabilities, and you should be commended for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for having me on your show. It's a privilege and honor to be with such a gentleman like yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it for today's show. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching MARC Matters. And if you want more information, call 646-5718, or you can go to the website at www.marcconnecticut.org. Thank you and good night.